Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 7 of season 3 here in the Career Mode RTG. It's the January transfer window. We've been looking at a number of players in the leading months up until this moment. I have added a number more to the shortlist as per your feedback. There was a lot of feedback asking for perhaps more domestic signings. We do have a very multicultural and international feel to the starting lineup at present. We've signed a number of players through the youth team and of course a handful from free agents, etc. More specifically, the free agents have come from differing countries, those that aren't necessarily in and around the UK, and being in the lower leagues, you do tend to see more domestic players at that level. There are still sides that have the international flavour to them, but it does tend to be more domestic. We do still have a number of domestic players in there, but obviously with a number of foreign players like Suarez Garcia and Getroda and Perella and Uno, we still have a core English with, well, core English, Mitov's Bulgarian, but he was already at the club. Mitov, Bogle, Penny, Howison is English speaking from down under. Lennon, English speaking from United States. Uno, I'm not sure what nationality Sabi is actually off the top of my head. Sabi is American as well. So we've a number of players that aren't necessarily too far away from, the reasonable with regards where they've been bought from. But I have listed a number more domestic options on my shortlist now, as per your suggestions. We've Ross McCrory, Brandon Barker, who is down as a left mid, but I'm keen to see what his stats look like. Matty Cash down as a winger, again keen to see what his stats look like. Tyler Adams, Riddler Baku, just out of curiosity because I knew nothing about him. Drew Yearwood as well, and Scott McTominay and Tyler Oakley-Booth, Tashan Oakley-Booth. There's two players that might be loan options potentially, although I'm fully expecting wages to be pretty astronomical for those two. So we'll wait and see what happens. I've got about 20 days or so until I start to get scout reports back for those guys. So we shall play our way through January until we know exactly what we have at our disposal. I'll show you my transfer budget again in a moment. We've Wolves in the FA Cup first, and I will be playing that again, testing the team against higher league opposition. We've already beaten Championship Cardiff this season. Big transfer offer for Sabi, actually. I think that's the biggest transfer offer we've had for anyone in our side ever. We have Bradley Haddad coming back from injury, which is good news because we certainly were running low on defenders. My transfer budget currently sits at £3.35 million. Well, actually isn't 3.35 million, 3.35. My brain told me 3.5. Yeah, 3.35 million pounds is about 15 grand. So it's not a lot, really. It's not a massive amount to call on. I don't have anyone else listed on the transfer list. We are running low on numbers, so we'll have to wait and see what we can get done in this window. I'm going to play Wolves. And I'm going to play Portsmouth because they're directly above us in the league table, and we could go into the automatic promotion spots with a win against them, provided we beat Burton away from home before that. And then with Lincoln and Exeter at the end of the episode, before which, hopefully, we'll have gotten our new central midfielder in. So let's go and play Wolves. I have no idea what's going to happen in this game, whether they're going to play a full-strength side, whether they'll be rotated like Manchester City. But we've played a number of larger teams already in this save. Gibbs White there on the left-hand side is a player we might potentially be interested in later on down the line. He's out of my price range at this moment in time, but we'll have to wait and see how he plays here. Maybe he can give a good indication as to whether he might be a good signing once we reach the Championship. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Make sure you sub to the channel as well to ensure you don't miss out on any more of the series. Of course, the Achieve and Leave series continued yesterday with our new club, and I'm going to need plenty of your feedback there with regards to transfers as well, so check the channel page for that. But right now, let's go play Wolves. Alright, Wolves starting lineup does look pretty strong, to be fair. Patricio, Doherty, Bennett, Cody and Bolly, as well as Vinagre. It's 5 at the back. Neves and Gibbs White in the middle. Adama, Jota and Bonatini up top. Not full strength, but there is still a strong core to that team. This might be a heavy defeat. Good Header by Matt Penny. Uno gets it under control. Beat Adama to it. It's not very often you'll hear anyone say that. Adama, one of the fastest players in the Premier League. Harrison through the gap there to Sabi. Oh, brilliantly round the corner to Suarez Garcia. We're in behind. Surely this has to be 1-0. It is. Cambridge United might be shocking the FA Cup. 1-0 up inside 10 minutes away from home at the Molineux. Not what I expected. Lovely ball round the corner by Sabi. And Suarez Garcia just in behind. They might have 5 defenders at the back, but they couldn't stop him there. He hasn't really done it for me in played games, Suarez Garcia, in League One. But apparently, against Premier League teams, we found his level. Gibbs White, Neves into Bonatini. Adama's on his bike. Back there to Gibbs White. Diogo Jota, Gibbs White. Good position play by Wolves this, but they're going to go anywhere. Bonatini to Jota, back to Bonatini to Jota again. Has the option out wide. Vinagre, oh, if Perella hadn't stepped in there, that certainly would have been 1-1. That's a lovely move by Wolves. Tried to replicate it and balls it up. Bonatini could play through Adama, and I'm sure he wishes now that he had done. And Neves wins it back again. Here is Adama now. Just wary of letting him do that. Open up the taps and get on the gas. Vinagre back to Gibbs White. Perella intercepts again. Bonatini steals it away, and the shot has gone in. Questions of the goalkeeper.
Really well hit. Really well directed.
Or was it just very, very well hit? I think he might have. Oh, to be fair, it's right in the corner. And I don't think the keeper really expected it. Struck very well, and it's moving away from him. No, that's just a very, very good finish, I'm afraid. Did we perhaps get slightly too carried away with ourselves when we went 1-0 up, thinking we might stand a chance here against Wolves? Maybe not. Harrison in the box. Good save by Rui Patricio. That's what I thought he was going to do when we played Suarez Garcia in behind. I thought Rui Patricio was going to make the save. That's nodded away, but we'll get to it first there with Uno. Getroda, Lennon out of his feet, but yeah, that shot's not troubling anyone, is it? Ball's decent so far. Around the corner looking for Bonatini, waiting for Jota to arrive on the far side. Oh, wow! That is the best goal we've had scored against us all series, not just this season, ever. The cross was incredible, and as soon as Jota started to go for it, that's when I started going, oh, wow. That is outrageous from Wolves. The best goal scored against us ever. Corner, oh, to Bonatini, he drops his shoulder. His cross for Diogo Jota was outrageous. Driven hard, flat, low. Extremely good delivery. And then, well, the finish was just something else, wasn't it? That was Premier League quality from Wolves. That was what we expected when we played against City, and we didn't get because they played a rotated side. But a goal from Diogo Jota is just disgusting. It's outrageously good. Lennon around the corner here again to Bogle, and we'll look for Sabi in the middle. Patricia will punch. Oh, if Sabi had gotten a clean connection on that, we might well have pulled ourselves level before half-time. We're doing well against Wolves, to be fair. Considering the strength of their team, we've held our own so far, but as you can tell, it has been the quality that's been the difference. Across inside there to Hill. Sabi is there. Harrison, Suarez Garcia. Nice turn. Lennon. Oh, you should have gone to down, Brooks. Should have gone to ground even. If he goes down there, that is a stone wall penalty. He's dinked the ball over the defender's leg and then stumbled past him. Oh, wow. We could have been back in it there if he just showed a little bit of gamesmanship. There was contact, clearly. And if he went down, we could have found ourselves level and pushing or forcing a replay. We're giving ourselves a better chance, at least. Whilst it's still 2-1 Wolves, they're still the ones that are going to go through, obviously. Was a bit of a Michael Owen comment. Spinazzola somehow it finds itself. Bonatini to Spinazzola again. Neves outside the post and wide. Ashley Seal come off the bench here. Trying to make an impact for Wolves as they look to hold on to their lead. Obviously, we're going to try everything in our power to take the lead off them. Or at least ensure that they don't have the lead anymore. Get back level. Suarez Garcia to Sabi. There is George Maris. He scored a rocket against Cardiff to knock them out of the Carabao Cup and give us victory against high league opposition. On this occasion, it was just kind of scooped into the keeper's hands. Never mind. 5 minutes to go here. If we are to lose, then you can't really complain at the quality of the goal that we're going to lose to, can you? Oh, I tried to squeeze that through with Uno. Maris could get to that first and has done. Oh, it's poor. That pass from Maris may well have been the final attempt for us. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, no, it will be. The final attempt for us to get anything out of this game. It is going to be defeat in the FA Cup third round against Wolverhampton Wanderers, but considering how strong their team was and how well we've played, we can be very proud of the lads there. And extravagant celebrations from Wolves for beating a League One side, but still, that I want to look at it again. I want to look at it again. This was truly spectacular from Diogo Jota. That is worthy of winning any game. Incredible goal. Wolves will go through to the fourth round. We will go back to League One. Try and get a win against Burton. Right then, Burton away. You can see the league table there. We're only 4 points off first. We are starting to pull away from those in the bottom parts of the playoffs. So it certainly looks like we're chasing automatic promotion rather than just trying to keep ourselves in the playoffs, which is obviously favourable. I'd rather go up automatically and not have to worry about the lottery of the playoffs in May at the end of the season. We can fully concentrate on the championship as early as possible. But Miller gives Burton a 1-0 lead in the 20th minute. It is an away game, of course. Sabi equalises for us, though, so not all is lost yet. Dickinson on for Suarez Garcia. The obvious change. But we'll see if we can get ourselves... no, we can't. Akins gets himself booked, and then a minute later it gives them the lead. And the subsequent victory. That's annoying. Up next for us will be the game against Portsmouth that I was hoping might offer us the opportunity to go into the automatic promotion spots. And to be fair, still could. Our goal difference is plus 15. Theirs is plus 16. And... no, sorry, ours is plus 15. Theirs is plus 14. And a win would swing it in our favour anyway. So yes, beat Portsmouth in this next game and we will go into the automatic promotion spots. They do have a J Gomez at the back, Portsmouth, but it isn't Joe, it's Jefferson, so don't get yourself confused. Suarez Garcia played in. He's shown good strength there actually to brush off the attentions of the Portsmouth man. Hill will look for Uno, duck back onto that left foot and then try and shoot on his right for some reason, but it'll drop to Sabi. And his 18th goal of the Premier League season, 18th goal of the League One season, sees him extend his lead at the top of the goal scorer charts, and that may well send us into the top two as well. Very, very fortunate. We did go 1-0 up early doors in the last game though, and we still lost that one, so let's not get carried away. Penny forward into Hill. Good touch and turn actually. Harrison forward to Suarez Garcia. We'll look for Uno. It's a lovely ball. And Uno is in the box here and will stand it up looking for, well, initially Sabi, but it was Brooks Lennon that had the header. Cleared away by the defender right in front of him. And now Portsmouth, would have been on the counter-attack if it weren't for the interception of Getroda. Nice dummy by Lowe. Lowe could cross. Nice tackle by Penny. Can we get it away? We can. What Uno's touch was all about. Evans back to May. Cannon down the line to Lowe. Blocked by Penny. Just keeps falling back to them here. I don't suppose I could complain after my goal, but still, I will. Evans into Penny and Penny clears. We are going to, hopefully, have our 1-0 lead at half-time. As things stand, as we approach the break, we are heading into the automatic promotion spots. Although there are still, after this one, 18 games to go in the League One season. So there's plenty of time for everything to change. It's been dead close between like 8 teams so far this season for those top spots. I presume it's going to go all the way. Trying to get it out of his feet quickly there, Suarez Garcia, but couldn't. Evans across to Curtis. Oh, it's a lovely through ball, and Evans is in behind. This has to be 1-1, and actually, that's tucked away really nicely. I expected him to go across goal there, and I think Mitov did too. And he's just pulled it low, Not much power, but very accurate into that bottom corner. And Portsmouth's captain, right at the very beginning of the half, has given them a very good equaliser. Yeah, really good finish that. Top draw from Portsmouth. That's 1-1. We might not be going into the automatic promotion spots. If we want to, we're going to have to go and score again. Curtis. Not good. Not good. Oh, good save. Didn't really have a handle on that defensively. That was a good move by Portsmouth. Had they found a corner with that effort... Oh, it's a poor pass. Had they found the corner with that effort, that certainly would have been 2-1 to them. And the gap to the automatic promotion spots would have been widening it further. That's the only risk with a game like this. Yes, we could go above them, but equally, they could go 5 points clear of us. So it could go either way. But Sabi might well be putting us a point above Portsmouth. His second of the game, his 19th of the season. We lead again. Round down the line to Curtis, into Evans. Scored one for them already. And they're looking... Don't give the pen. Oh, Mitov's done brilliantly there to avoid giving the corner away. I've never seen that animation before until Mitov did it a couple of games ago. And now, he's doing it quite regularly. That little, like, roll one way to grab the ball, but then quickly roll back the other way to ensure it doesn't cross the line. It was questionable as to whether that had crossed the line for a corner, but thankfully he kept it out. And we are now just 2 minutes away. Don't commit, because they're going to go on the overlap. Just 2 minutes away from going into the top two. He could go down the line to Jamal Lowe. He's decided to cross it in. I tried to head that back, and Kroda decided to play it with his feet. But we have possession here, and that should be game over. Keep that in. Yeah, that's definitely game over. Blow your whistle, ref. We're into the automatic promotion spots, boys. There's still 18 games to go, but everybody's doing this in the away stand, and that means that they're very happy, apparently. Right, let's jump back then to the transfer window, see if we can't get ourselves a new player. Got a transfer offer for Oscar Hill from Santos Laguna that I shall obviously be rejecting. We've gotten as far as the game against Lincoln now. I believe my scout report should be back between the games against Lincoln and Exeter. So fingers crossed, we should be able to see after this game the stats of those handful of players we scouted extra, and then I really have a decision to make of like 1 or 2 of 15 to 20 players to try and bring into the club. Unfortunately, never mind. Suarez Garcia was equalised. And at half time it's 1-1 against Lincoln. Can we win, please? That'd be great. If you don't mind, where's a Sabi goal when you need one? And as if, by magic, Sabi pops up and grabs us a 2-1 victory. He's 20th? 20th goal of the league season? Yes, 20 goals for Sabi so far in League One. He's a bit good. Wycombe's still leading the way. We're still level on points with Portsmouth as they've won again. Peterborough dropped all the way down to 6th. Right, we are 7 points inside the playoffs, basically, which is great news. And we should be, sorry David, we should be getting scout reports back very, very soon indeed. He said 26 days when I scouted them, and I was on like the 2nd. So they should be back by now. Why are they not? Why are they not? Why are they not? Why are they not back yet? McCrory can play a number of positions actually. Ross McCrory. Don't know his valuation yet. Still don't know much about Barker, other than he's bloody quick, but his technicals don't look amazing. Matty Cash, still don't know valuations there. Good physicals. Technicals could be decent too. It's worth a look. Tyler Adams. Ooh, very good physicals. And good in the tackle as well. If he's not too expensive, he might be a front runner. Baku looks decent as well. Drew Yearwood. He's only recently gone to Tondela, so we won't be able to sign him, unfortunately. Okay, well, let's take him off the shortlist right from the off. Scott McTominay. He's rejected transfer moves to New York City and to Las Palmas so far in this transfer window. Stats look good so far. I would very much like I'd very much like those scout reports to come back, please. We saw CM Exeter away. And then hopefully they'll be back on deadline day. They should be. Because it said 26 days before the Wolves game for my scout reports. So they should be back. If they don't come back, I'll be fuming. So the only reason I held off not signing someone else earlier on in the window was because I was waiting for those scout reports. Sabby, I need you, mate. You need to do it again. Oh, he's gone off for Vargas. Not confident then. Suarez Garcia, I need you, mate. Can you do me a big favour? Anyone? Suarez Garcia! Everybody's listening to me. Needed Sabby, he popped up with a goal. Needed Suarez Garcia, he popped up with a goal. Where are my scout reports? Wow, Koulibaly to Chelsea for 80 million. Richarlison to Atletico Madrid for 55. Santi Mina from Southampton to Hoffenheim for 45.5. The biggest deals of the window. Matt Miazga's gone to Bournemouth for 6.7. Where are my scout reports? Why do I not have them? Infuriating. It said 26 days. 3.7 million for McCrory. 24 grand a week as well. It's going to be at my price range. That's annoying. Barker, 2,003,100 a week. Very, very fast, but technically not there, so we'll say no. Matty Cash. That's well out of my price range, I'm afraid. Goodbye. Don't be too expensive. Oh, bye. Bye. And 70 grand a week. Goodbye. So Ross McCrory is out of my price range as well, I believe. Sorry to those of you that brought those up as suggestions, but they're all out of my price range, I'm afraid. We made the decision, or you guys made the decision, that Jan Freuler isn't a Lichtsteiner regen. He's not a Lichtsteiner regen. So whether we still go for him or not, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Samudio has grown to 67 from 65 since joining Huesca. So I might still be intrigued or interested in signing him perhaps next season, because he's really not valued at much. Harry Cochrane I would still like to sign if I can, but unfortunately I'm still unable to. Ryan Leonard is a player I would genuinely consider. He's not valued at much and would certainly be an improvement on what we've got, and would tide us by until we get to the point of being able to afford either someone a step above, or one of our youngsters gets to the point where they can just step in and replace Ryan Leonard once he reaches 29, 30 years of age. Ryan Leonard is a front runner at the minute purely because of his valuation. Jack Watmore is good, but he's just recently joined Beijing Sonobo, so we can't sign him as of yet, but he's certainly someone I would genuinely be interested in next season as well. But Akan I'm going to say no to now. Yeah, he's available on a free, but I'm going to say no to him. Skip, out my price range. He does look good, but he's just not affordable right now. Same with Jordan Rossiter, I think. 2.5 million. I could maybe afford Jordan Rossiter. 71 rated at 23 years of age. I could maybe afford Jordan Rossiter. Oakley Booth. He's that agility and balance again. He's good. No. It's just tough decisions, man. Ampadu. No, I can't afford him. Kubo obviously isn't what we're looking for right now. Joe Aribo is still potentially someone we could look at. He's growing as well, which intrigues me. It does intrigue me. I'm not sure what his potential is. Let's have a look on FIFA. Aribo. Joe Aribo. He starts at 66 and has potential of 77, so he's halfway towards his potential, but 77 is certainly good enough for bottom half of the Premier League. So I would be interested in Joe Aribo. Maxence Kakare. He is good. Oh, can't afford him. Yadley is the player who had the very low release clause of 1.9 million. That feels kind of cheap to try and do that. It's obviously a bug in the game where players don't have their overalls updated. Or sorry, don't have their release clauses updated with new contracts, even when they grow much, much past it with regards to their valuation. I'd feel really cheap if I signed it. Plus his balance is poor, his reactions, well, reactions don't really mean much for me, for my style of play. I would feel very cheap doing that. I'd rather not. I'd rather not abuse. Like, we've already done it once with Brooks Lennon. I'd rather not make a habit of it. So I don't think I'll be doing that again. Brannigan, out my price range. It's Bayrami, not Bahrami, as I previously mentioned. Thanks to someone in the comments for correcting me there. Again, out my price range, but very keen on potentially signing him at some point. Gibbs White's going to be out my price range, and he's getting more and more expensive and higher rated. Oh, that's the list. I'm leaning towards Leonard and Aribo. Or even Leonard and... Can I sign Samudio? I could sign Samudio on his release clause. What more I can't sign. I think purely for the fact that... Because if I go out and sign someone that's like Skip, that's very young and decent rating-wise, then that nullifies all of the youth scouting I've been doing. Because I've basically spent all of the time and money investing in youth scouts to then replace my youth prospects by buying in other youth prospects. Aren't I better off buying players that are higher rated, slightly older, that can fill the void time-wise whilst the other youngsters improve still? That makes more sense to me personally. So we can concentrate on our youth players, our own youth players like Elliot Lee, like Bauman, like Mancini at left back, like the new striker like Moreles, who's going to be coming in soon and stepping up as soon as he gets high enough rated. He's got 92 to 94 potential, so I'm very excited about him. So I don't really want to be replacing anyone at the minute with replacing my current youth prospects with more youth prospects. I'm going to try and buy someone that's going to improve the team in the moment, but not nullify or ruin the potential first team opportunities long term of my current young players. I think that makes more sense. That's what I'm going to do. That's what my brain is telling me to do. I will offer quite low and see if they'll accept it, because he is older, so we could get him cheaper, and evidently we are going to be able to get him cheaper. The question is, how cheap can we get him? I might offer up potentially. I'm not sure I'm going to have enough finances to be able to afford. Actually, I might be able to afford the centre back as well. Let's have a look and see what we can do here. Squad role. He's going to be very important. He's probably going to want crucial. He's going to want important. That's okay. I'm quite happy with that. If he'll take a wage cut, if he's happy to take a wage cut, that would be great. I'll say 5 years. He'll probably want 3, 2. That's fine. He'll accept 3. If he'll take a wage cut to come down a league, I'd be thrilled. Doesn't want a release clause. That's fine by me. Oh, he is willing to take a wage cut. We'll remove the bonus, and I will try and get him a little bit cheaper if I can. 5. I'm just thinking of the defender, 5'8". I'm thinking of the centre back. I'm not sure if I can afford his release clause. His release clause was like 2.6, wasn't it? And even with moving wage budget to transfer budget, I'm pretty certain I'm not going to be able to afford it. Right, Ryan Leonard is in, and that is certainly a vast improvement to our current side. I can't get him unless I pay his release clause. That is a big improvement. The thing that's frustrating me in the minute is that Howison is 66 when he's in game, but in the menus he's 65. We'll put him on the bench and bring Ryan Leonard up into the first team. Actually, yeah, no, I will leave Elliot Lee on the bench to try and... Oh, do I know? Howison's going to be just a better bet, isn't he? Right, so I can't afford really another centre-back at this point in time. I can't really afford anyone else on my shortlist, I don't think. 1.9 million. No, I'm not quite going to be able to afford. Not quite going to be able to afford the centre-back, unfortunately. Samudio. I could try and sign Jan Freuler, who's recently joined the club and won't move again. Okay. That's going to be it then, I think. Unfortunately, none of the other options that we were looking at Aribo does look good, but I think it was the right decision to go for Ryan Leonard to give our other prospects like Elliot Lee. Hill's 71 rated now. Like Elliot Lee, like Bauman, and of course, let me show you again the other youngsters we have. Like Javier Morales is currently 64 rated, 92 to 94 potential. I will call him up once he's grown by 10 ratings, because I'm trying to obviously do the youth accomplishment with regards to board objectives. We have Benedict Monnier as well, the striker, 76 to 94 his potential current span. Training his sprint speed, I'm training his strength. His agility and balance are already okay. And then obviously we're training his finishing and touch and control and stuff already. But they're already decent technicals for a 17-year-old. I'm actually quite excited to see how good he can be in seasons 4 or 5, particularly 5. And Morales is hopefully going to become a star, one of the saves best. We do still have Dennis Adebola as well, who is showing great promise, and I do need to set up a training regime for him, I believe. Well, let's finish transfer deadline day and then end the episode. We're in the automatic promotion spots in League One now, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to extend that. Transfer offer for Matt Penny that I'm going to reject. Obviously he's still going to be my number 1 left back. I think I've made the right decision there to bring Leonard in over one of the other younger guys. I'm still not sure whether I might have been able to even afford one of the younger guys. Dani Ceballos has gone to Lyon from Real Madrid for £77.9 million. That's why the total spent today has shot up. Got a loan offer for Bauman. Yeah, I'll let him go out on loan now. Now that we've gotten Leonard in and Harrison has dropped out, I've got a plethora of central midfielders. I'm quite happy to let him go out on loan. Hopefully, hopefully he can have a decent loan spell, get some first team football, and grow a little bit. Bauman. Elliot Lee is the player we're concentrating on. Bauman's loan move rejected. Okay, he doesn't want to go. Fair enough. You'll stay where you are then. We will be. There's some more big deals going through by the looks of things. 525 million spent on transfer deadline day, almost 550 million as we look to end the window. And transfer deadline day has ended. I'll show you the biggest deals of the window that have gone through. I bet we get some more bids now, don't we? No, we haven't actually. Dickinson wanted to leave, but I wasn't willing to sell him in this window. Matt Penny's torn his hamstring in training the day after transfer deadline day ends. Wonderful, thank you. That's just the sort of news I wanted. I can delete that email. 61 to 81, I'll say no to you. 55 to 75 is a no. 47 to 65 is a no. How about over in Algeria? 76 to 94. At 18, I said I was going to give him a little bit more, didn't I? I just don't know if he's going to be good enough. By the time he finishes growing, I'll sign him and we'll see what happens. 73 to 94 shows promise, but he's quite low to start off with, but he's only 15, so there is potential there, if that makes sense. Yassin, or Brahim Yassin, rather than Yahim Brasini, or Brahimi, the winger from Porto. We'll wait and see with Selmy. Give him an extra month or two just to finalise exactly what his stats are going to look like. Right, before I do anything, before I do any more training, I wanted to do the setup training module for the left winger, didn't I? So I'll do that before I train, but I'll do that in between episodes. Now let's show you the transfer history of the saves so far and this window. So Koulibaly went to Chelsea for 80 million, basically. 78 million for Dani Ceballos. Richarlison to Atleti. John Stones went to Atleti in the summer. Santi Mina to Hoffenheim. Any other January? Lautaro, isn't it? Lautaro Martinez to Wolfsburg for 43.5. Otavio to Lazio for 41. Harry Winks from Newcastle to Torino for 39.7. Meunier to Arsenal for 38.7. From Barcelona. Pellegrini to Girona for 34.9. Ben Chilwell from Chelsea to Valencia for 33.7. Kenny Tep from Lyon to Alaves. Any other January ones here? Alex Iwobi from Lazio to Levante. Diaz to Saint-Etienne. Donald to PSG from Napoli. It's an interesting one. Hakimi to Arsenal, so they have a new right back. Bustos from Liverpool to Brighton. And Maximilian Philip to Real Sociedad. The final move. I really like the way transfers work in career mode. Now, they used to be very, very, very scripted. But this FIFA, and probably I think FIFA 18 as well, they're very random. So I like that. I do very much like that. So we've got 4 months. Actually, 1, 2, 3. We do have 4 months left. We have 4 games in the month of February. Then it's a fairly busy March, followed by not quite as busy April, and then obviously the game against MK Dons, which hopefully will be played in April's episode because we'll have already guaranteed automatic promotion. If we have to go through the playoffs, then I will play the MK Dons game in a month of May with the playoffs. But that's going to be all for today's episode. We are inside the automatic promotion spots by 2 points ahead of Charlton. Portsmouth have lost yet again, dropped down to 4th now. We are 8 points inside the playoffs, so the chance of promotion is assured pretty much. But whether we get automatic promotion or not is still questionable. 16 games to go. Can we do it? I'm confident-ish. Very intrigued to see how Ryan Leonard gets on in the next few games. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more of this season or future episodes of the CM RTG, or of course the Achieve and Leave now that we're at Atletico Madrid. Like I say, check the channel page for that video yesterday if you missed it. But for now, I'll see you next time.